Hi, happy Friday. Welcome back from winter break. It's kind of a nice short week to get back into the routine of things. I just wanted to give you a couple quick updates of things that are coming, some things you're going to see coming home, and just get you back in touch with what we're doing in the classroom in the month of January. I will tell you, usually from January to about spring break is when your kids are going to make the biggest growth. It's kind of the most uninterrupted time, and this is when the light bulbs start to go off. So you might be shocked and be like, wow, I didn't know that you knew that. And that's kind of the fun time of this year. In your child's folder, you are going to see that I sent home a January Book It calendar. I would have sent it home. Normally, I send it home in reading bags, but I'm not sending this home till next week, and I wanted to give you as much time as possible to get that done and completed if you wanted to. It has whales on it. And please remember that the goal is only 10 days. They don't have to completely fill that calendar. The only other thing that I ask that was at the bottom, it has your child's name and then your signature. That lets me know that they just didn't color it to send it back to get free pizza. There's also a note about 100th day. The 100th day of school is a huge deal in kindergarten. All the teachers dress up like they're 100 years old. We encourage kids to dress up like they're 100 years old, and some of the costumes are really cute. We also ask that kids bring in a collection of 100 things. Counting to 100 is a kindergarten standard by ones and tens. And so we work on that all year long, counting by ones, counting by tens, and we even introduce counting by fives and twos, but not all the way to 100. And so there's a note about things that you could send in as a collection. Maybe it's Fruit Loops, maybe it's pennies, maybe it's paper clips. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant or expensive, but we like that kids can get that counting to 100 and practice putting them into groups of 10 and then counting by tens. So there's a note about that in your child's folder. You can send those in anytime. If you're like, hey, I want to get this done, you can send that in. All of this stuff will come back to you. So we've had kids who've done collages of 100 pictures. All of these things will come back to you, but we like to put them in the hallway and display them so your kids can kind of show off what they've done. So there is a note about that. Today you will also see, remember how we asked for all of those boxes and lids? Well, today your children, yesterday they designed, but today they built a run that's going to kind of be a track for a marble. So for example, you're going to see something like this coming home, and it'll have some paint by the time we're done with it. Your child had to design this. They had to tell me, where does it start? Where does it end? And the marble has to change direction 2 times. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3. So they're gonna be pretty proud of this. They did a really excellent job with this. So you will see this come home, but if you're like, what is that? Now you know. That's part of our science STEM units that we do. So be on the lookout for that. Starting next week, your students will be bringing their reading bags home again. I've looked through, and if you needed a new log, I gave you a new log for your child to record. Please remember to record that every night. It just kind of lets me know who's reading and who's not, and who I might need to intervene with a little bit more if they're not getting that extra help at home. And please remember to practice those sight words. I have to tell you, these kids love sight words. They see them everywhere. I think all day long I hear, oh, there's a sight word. Oh, there's a sight word. So keep up all that fantastic work at home. Remember that you do have these cards in there. So far they've been only yellow, but we will start a new color, purple, next week. And you might be going, why in the world are they different colors? Well, so in kindergarten, your child has to read and write these from memory that are yellow. So they have to be able to read them, and they have to be able to spell them and write them correctly. And really, your kids are doing a great job with that. I was really impressed when I tested them on that this past time. So those are the yellow ones. The purple ones, they just have to read, and they will write the purple ones in first grade. So we really, really, really want them to know the yellow words inside, out, backwards, forwards. Well, not backwards, but we want them to be able to read them and write them. The purple one, they just need to be able to read. So that kind of gives you a heads up as to why are they different colors. Okay, so we do the yellow ones the first semester, the purple ones the second semester. They will have about 70 words, somewhere around 70 words at the end of the year, and they have to write the yellows, which is 35, so they have to write half of them. So please make sure any way you can practice that will help your child immensely. Even something as simple as taking a cookie sheet, dumping some salt in it, and having them practice with their fingers writing it. They can practice on paper. They can find them in a magazine. They can, or a newspaper. Sometimes I have them cut letters out of a magazine and build those words. They're just very small and expensive things, but that will greatly help your child be able to read and write these. We are working really hard on these here. And like I said, your kids are doing a fantastic job, so keep up the excellent work. Please remember, I have noticed that well, not noticed, I'm sorry. Please remember that in December, I said that I would not be sending a calendar in the back of your child's folder anymore, just because at this point in the year, I try to pull away from that because kids know the expectations. They know what they're supposed to do, and they are rewarded in lots of different ways here at school. I still use the clip chart, but I don't necessarily send it home because kids at this point are a little bit more responsible to communicate that to you. But please know that if we have an issue or if they had a great day, I will try and reach out to you. I will definitely reach out to you if they had a bad day, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not always great about reaching out when they've had a great day. So if there is a problem, please know that you will hear from me. No news is good news. And if you would like me to send home another one of those bingo boards, we have one for January. I felt like parents were getting overwhelmed with the booklet and the calendar and the reading bag and the sight words. And so I just don't want to overwhelm you. But if that is something that you like for your child and want to continue doing, I am happy to send that home. Please just send me a message and I'm happy to do that. The last thing, please remember, next week we'll do reading bags. Your student will bring a reading bag home starting Monday with the purple sight words on them. And remember that we have MLK Day off, which is January. Let me look at my calendar. January 16th, we will have off. So just wanted you to plan ahead. The 100th day of school, as of right now, is January 24th. So if you could have those 100-day collections in by January 24th, we would appreciate that. And we'll get you some more information as that gets closer as well. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please send me a message. I'm happy to talk to you. Have a great weekend, and please stay warm out there. It's freezing.